Nutrition using ChatGPT, bitches. Brothers Bistro. Hot bites. Bringing you tips to ensure your success.
Okay, ChatGPT, tell me what you got.
Exactly. That's what we're going to do here. So we saw something on the interwebs that we thought was pretty cool. We both have ChatGPT.
Is that a thing, the interwebs?
Yeah, interwebs, yeah.
It is, okay.
Yeah. We both have access to, and you probably do too, a ChatGPT or variant. There's lots of different ones out there, right?
I kind of like Grok.
Grok is one of the things. You've got Gemini, you've got ChatGPT. There's 3 or 4 of them, and I can't think of them all, but they all basically do the same thing. They're these large language models that will instantaneously sort of generate things for you if you're.
The idea would be that it's searching the web to find the best answer for your question.
Yeah, you can also use it for brainstorming, for marketing ideas, for all kinds of different.
The cool thing about it is it can be a bit of an ongoing conversation. So you can enter the first question, or say the first question, or type in the first question, and then you can refine it. Hey, can you do this to refine it? Can you do that to refine it?
Right.
And it'll spit it out in like seconds.
And the thing that we saw on the interwebs that was so cool is that you can use ChatGPT and tell it what grocery store you're going to go to, and give it some parameters that you'd like to shop for healthy meals. Well, like you could give it a parameter like, okay, I want an Optavia consistent meals. I want 3 meals, less than $50 total cost, and you give me, ChatGPT, the list of ingredients and the recipes and instructions to follow, and it'll do all that stuff for you.
And in about 10 seconds or 15 seconds, I mean, it spits it all out, and then you're gonna have to print it out to go to the grocery store and do it. But you also, if you didn't want to use it's gonna search for Optavia parameters and do all that. So that's a really interesting thing. You didn't have to tell them what the parameters were, but you could tell them the parameters you want to follow.
That's
so
right.
if you're doing a zone diet or you're doing something else,
carnivore
you can just
diet,
say, you can say what it is, or you can tell them, I want a high protein, or I want a low carb, or whatever, and it'll kick out all that stuff. And then we had it,
and if you don't like it, you can iterate.
Right. So we had it, and it kicked out a couple of vegetables that we don't usually eat or aren't as keen on, so it switched them out.
Well, remember what it was? It was beans and lentils, and we don't do a lot of beans and lentils on Optavia. That's not necessarily plan compliant. So we had it revise that whole thing and take out the beans and lentils, and it did it in like that.
Bob's your uncle.
Bob is in fact your uncle.
So you got to try it.
Father.
Yeah, you got to try it out, and there's a couple of different versions, and there's some free versions out there. So I would say, you don't need to buy anything right away, but you could if you wanted to. If you're a subscriber on X, it comes with the X platform. If you're doing ChatGPT, it costs a little bit. Again, the Gemini or whatever, I think some of these other ones are free. So
you got to sort it out a little bit. I think most of them are going to kind of a paid subscription model, but they don't have to be a lot of money. And if you're using it for other things, then you're already in there.
It's a pretty useful thing.
We're going to supply a prompt for you to use if you're not sure where to start. And of course, then feel free to tweak the prompt to your specifications.
Yeah. So with that, Clark Brothers Bistro, here for your health.